guys, welcome to today's video. I hope that you're all doing well. Today we are going to be talking about some amazing, sexy, elegant, luxurious date night fragrances for women. If you are looking for your next best date night fragrance, definitely keep on watching. The first fragrance on today's list is Bouquet Ideale by Casamorati, and this one is an extremely sexy, spicy, woody vanilla fragrance. In here we have an intoxicating blast of cinnamon. At first when you spray the fragrance, the cinnamon is powerful, strong, sweet and spicy, and you also have a little bit of nutmeg. When I first spray the fragrance, I get this berry-like sweetness. It's very fruity. There are no fruits in this fragrance, but I definitely get like a berry sweetness at first. Then in the middle notes there is a little bit of sandalwood, so it becomes softer, creamier, smoother. We have gaiac wood as well, which adds a layer of smokiness in here, makes the fragrance super sexy. And in the dry down we have a lot of vanilla with tonka bean, and it's just an amazing vanilla fragrance. If you are looking for that sexy, woody, spicy vanilla fragrance, look no further. This is one of the best woody, spicy vanilla fragrances in my opinion. A little bit smoky, a little bit sweet, spicy, woody, intoxicating, sexy, seductive. This is just the perfect vanilla date night fragrance. Next up we have an intoxicating white floral fragrance, and this one is Camélia K by Ella K. Now this one is truly one of the sexiest white floral fragrances I have ever tried. This opens up with a little bit of blood orange and some ginger, so it's a little bit zesty and bright, a little bit spicy. We have some tuberose, which is sweet and playful and bubbly, and then we have orange blossom as well, a hint of rose. In the dry down we have tonka bean, patchouli and vanilla. This truly is one of the sexiest white floral fragrances I have ever tried. This is a fragrance that is quite similar to L'Interdit Rouge by Givenchy, but this is like an elevated, sexier, stronger version of that fragrance. It is absolutely beautiful. This is a fragrance that you can absolutely wear all year round. There is a little bit of fruitiness in here that just makes the fragrance perfect for the warmer weather as well. But then again, it's a little bit deeper. You have that earthiness from the patchouli, that sweetness from the vanilla, so it's also beautiful in the winter times as well. A beautiful all year round fragrance, perfect for a signature scent as well in my opinion. If you're looking for that extremely sexy, feminine, elegant white floral fragrance, I highly recommend you try Camélia K. The next fragrance that we have on today's list is Voyage à Paris by Fragrance du Bois, and this is a gorgeous, luxurious, elegant, sexy gourmand fragrance. This is perfectly unisex. It's very woody and deep and rich and alluring. The fragrance opens up with some rum, so it's a little bit boozy, but the booziness is not too strong or overpowering. It's very delicate, but it's definitely making the fragrance a little bit sexy. And we have a beautiful sweet orange blossom note. Then in the middle notes there is honey with jasmine, and the honey here is not thick or overly sweet. It is very elegant. The sweetness is very well balanced, and the jasmine is adding a touch of freshness in here for sure. Then in the dry down we have vanilla with oud, and do not be scared of the oud in this fragrance. The oud in this fragrance is not strong, it's not overpowering. It's a very delicate, soft, smooth oud, which is just adding this sexy, deep woodiness in the fragrance, but it's very smoothly blended. It's soft and elegant. This is a gorgeous, very balanced fragrance, delicate and sweet, smooth and creamy, very creamy. This one really pulls out very creamy on my skin. I get this gorgeous vanilla with a little bit of honey and just a tiny bit of booziness and some smooth woodiness. It's absolutely one of the most sexy, luxurious, elegant fragrances, perfect for date nights. It's just a stunning, stunning fragrance. Every woman needs to have a sexy rose fragrance in her collection, and this time we are not talking about Delina, which you know I already love so much, but we are talking about Hibiscus Mahajád by Maison Crivelli. I only have this tiny 5 ml sample of the fragrance, but this has been with me for such a long time because this is a powerhouse of a fragrance. With this fragrance you really only need 2 sprays because this is just very powerful, very strong, very intoxicating. This is an amazing rose fragrance with hibiscus and some vanilla and a little bit of cassis, which is adding this fruitiness in here as well. Truly one of the most intoxicating, sophisticated, sexy, but yet elegant and beautiful rose fragrances. What I mainly get from this fragrance is this beautiful sweet rose with some fruitiness from the cassis, some delicious vanilla and some mintiness. I definitely definitely feel the mintiness. It's kind of adding this icy freshness to the fragrance, which I absolutely adore. If you are looking for a rose fragrance that is going to make you stand out, you absolutely need to try this one. This is truly a unique, luxurious, elegant, feminine rose fragrance that is going to make you feel super sexy and pretty and beautiful when you wear it. It is just a gorgeous scent, but again, it's very powerful and very strong, super powerful. So you need to sample this one before you buy. Do not blind buy this fragrance, because I don't think this is a fragrance for everyone. It's a very polarizing fragrance that you just have to sample first. Coming up next, we have a beautiful rose and saffron fragrance, and this one is Castiamanti by Agatho Perfumes, which is an Italian perfume house. They have some of the best presentation, and their bottles are just simply work of art. Now, this fragrance is an intoxicating rose and saffron fragrance with oud and plenty of vanilla and some incense. Now, this fragrance, it's sweet and smoky and spicy and woody. You definitely get a lot of that saffron, but the saffron here is very smooth and soft. It's not sharp at all, but it's giving this addictive spiciness in here together with the rose. It's a gorgeous combination. Then you get the sweetness coming from the vanilla and the oud. The oud is definitely prominent in this fragrance, and it's giving off this very luxurious feel to the scent. In this fragrance, I also get like a gourmand accord, especially at first when you spray the scent. It kind of smells like caramel to me. There is no caramel listed in this fragrance, I think, but I definitely get like a sweet caramelly feel from the fragrance. It smells almost edible at first when you spray it. Very delicious, and then you start to get those deep notes, the oud, the saffron, the rose comes through, the vanilla. If you are looking for something that is sweet but luxurious and interesting and unique, you need to try this one. It's warm and ambery and incensey and woody and deep and just perfect. Now, the next fragrance that we have on today's list does not really need an introduction, but this is Baccarat Rouge 540 the Extrait version of the perfume. Now, I am not really going to talk too much about this fragrance. You all know how this one smells. You're all familiar with this one. There are plenty of dupes for this scent. It's very popular, but yet again, I absolutely had to include this one in today's list because this is truly one of the sexiest fragrances that is very luxurious. It's elegant. It's beautiful. Now, this one is the Extrait version. As I said, I only have this 5 ml sample of the fragrance, which is going to last me for such a long time because this one has an amazing performance, 2 sprays, and you just fill up the whole room with this one. And I personally prefer the Extrait version of the perfume. Now, the original one, I also have the sample of the original, but I really do not like the original. It pulls off very medicinal on my skin and I don't enjoy it. But I do not get this with the Extrait version of the perfume. This is just beautiful. The almond, the saffron, it's musky and woody and sweet and nutty. It's just gorgeous. You just can't go wrong with this fragrance. Next up, we have Tonka Extraordinaire by EPC, and this one is a gorgeous gourmand fragrance. Now, if you love gourmand fragrances, you love your sweet fragrances, but you're looking for something that is a little bit more elevated, a little bit sexier. It's sweet, but not overly sweet. It's a little bit more interesting. It's something that is going to make you stand out, something that will really leave an impression on people around you. You just have to try this one. It is a gourmand fragrance. It is sweet, but again, not overly sweet. The sweetness in this fragrance is perfectly balanced out. This one is a very nutty fragrance. It's warm and balsamic also. This fragrance is very nutty. You get a lot of almond, you get a lot of hazelnuts, sesame, you have tonka bean, you have vanilla. This one is a very beautiful, interesting, unique gourmand fragrance. It is a sweet scent, but again, not too sweet. Very delicious though. It's very delicious. You really get that sweet nuttiness. The sesame is very prominent. You get some amber in here. It's warm and enveloping and inviting, and it's just a gorgeous fragrance for the gourmand lovers who are looking for something a little bit more elevated, a little bit sexier. Next up, we have Ani by Nishane, which you are all probably familiar with, but this is one of the best vanilla fragrances out there, a unisex vanilla fragrance that everyone needs to have in their collection. This is spicy, vibrant, bold, intoxicating, powerful, and strong. This opens up with a huge blast of pink peppers, some greenness, a bright, zesty ginger with bergamot, and then we start to get a little bit more of that cardamom. We start to get this warm, balsamic, woody vanilla scent. In the dry down it becomes smooth and just a little bit softer, creamier. The spiciness kind of fades away. It still is that beautiful, slightly spicy woody vanilla scent in the dry down, but you get more of that cardamom with the vanilla, with the sandalwood, and the initial pink pepper with the greenness kind of fades away, and you are left with the most beautiful, soft, sensual, warm, spicy vanilla scent. Next up, we have one of the most luxurious vanilla fragrances in my perfume collection, and this is Ambre Eccentrico by Armani Prive. Now, this is a very sweet vanilla scent. We've got a lot of cinnamon in here as well, so it's also spicy. We've got a little bit of patchouli, which starts to come through in the dry down. But what you get from this fragrance is this sweet, warm, spicy, cozy, luxurious vanilla with a delicate, soft powderiness. Now, the powderiness in here smells like the most beautiful, luxurious, expensive lipstick. It's soft and warm and cozy and inviting and super sexy. This is an elegant vanilla scent. And the last fragrance for today's list is Velvet Tonka by BTK. Now, this one is a very sweet fragrance as well. It is a gourmand leaning fragrance. It's very sugary sweet. It smells like a marzipan in a way. We've got a lot of almond in here. This is truly one of my favorite almond fragrances. It smells like a sugary almond marzipan. It's so yummy, so delicious, so cozy. And yes, this is a very sweet fragrance with a lot of almond, a lot of vanilla, but this is also super sexy to me. It is cozy and comforting and inviting, but it smells super seductive in my opinion. It's powdery, sweet, delicious, sexy, one of the best almond fragrances I have ever tried. So guys, we have made it to the end of this list. These were some of the most luxurious, elegant, sexy date night fragrances for women in my perfume collection. Let me know down in the comments what is your go-to elegant, luxurious, sexy date night scent. If you stayed up until the end of the video, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, definitely give it a little bit of love. If you enjoy my content in general, definitely consider subscribing to the channel, and I hope to see you next time.